News Channel 8, I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's what's happening in the territory. A tragic car accident claimed the life of a 16-year-old boy. The incident happened in the Clifton Hills area of the Melvin Evans Highway on St. Croix. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the details on this sad story.
Very sad and disturbing news to report this evening, as a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old, and an 18-year-old were driving along the Melvin Evans Highway early Sunday morning at around 4 a.m. That's when their 1992 Geo Prism skidded around this area and then went into the wall. The two youngsters took the worst of it, the 16 and the 17-year-old. Unfortunately, the 16-year-old is dead. The 17-year-old fighting for his life as he remains in critical condition, waiting to be flown to Puerto Rico for treatment. Right now, I want to take you to VIPD spokesperson Melody Rames. And in this report, remember the words of Commissioner McCall for the VIPD. Keep your children off the streets at night and remember the curfew.
A 16-year-old minor is dead. A 17-year-old minor is in critical condition, and an 18-year-old was treated and released from the Juan F. Louis Hospital following a single-car accident that occurred at about 4 a.m. Sunday, August 24th, on the Melvin Evans Highway in the vicinity of Estate Clifton Hill. According to the Traffic Investigation Preliminary Report, a 1992 Geo Prism driven by the 16-year-old minor veered out of control and flipped, killing the driver and injuring the passengers. Emergency medical technicians, St. Croix rescue volunteers, and police officials were on the scene. The 18-year-old had lacerations to his right hand, right side of neck, right hip, and shoulder. He was treated by the emergency room doctors, who said he would later be released. The 17-year-old passenger received trauma to his head and chest. Emergency room doctors listed him in critical condition and expected him to be transported off island for further treatment. Traffic Investigation Commander Sergeant Joseph Platt said Sunday investigation is ongoing to determine whether speed or alcohol was a factor in the accident. Commissioner James H. McCall reminds parents that a curfew for minors is in effect in the Virgin Islands. He said it's illegal for minors 17 and under to be on the public streets after 10 p.m. unless in the company of a responsible adult. He said these types of tragic situations may be avoided if more parents took this law seriously.
Reporting from the Melvin Evans Highway, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
We now know the name of the 16-year-old victim, Richard G. Rodriguez of Friedensburg. In other news, two men have been arrested on St. Croix for grand larceny. Well, that should come as no surprise, but this is no ordinary grand larceny. You see, the two suspects were brothers. One was a police officer and the other a corrections officer. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the details.
It's a sad day for law enforcement officials across our territory, as a Virgin Island police officer and his correction officer brother have been arrested for stealing merchandise from Gallows Bay Hardware here in St. Croix. Arrested for taking more than $5,000 in merchandise from that local store are police officer Earl Yan, 27 years old, from Catherine's Rest, and his brother, corrections officer Carl Yan, 28 years old, from La Grande Princess. They were charged with grand larceny over the weekend. Meanwhile, both men were arrested and had warrants issued, and they did appear today in Superior Court. Let's go to Virgin Island Police Department spokesperson Melody Rames.
Criminal Investigation Bureau arrested a Virgin Islands police officer and a Bureau of Corrections officer on charges of grand larceny Saturday, August 23rd. The officers were on unpaid leave from their respective agencies due to previous unrelated arrests. Police officer Earl Yan, 27, and his brother, Bureau of Corrections officer Carl Yan Jr., 28, were arrested and taken into police custody based on a warrant issued by the Superior Court of the Virgin Islands. The brothers are charged with the August 18th grand theft of items totaling more than $5,000 from the Gallows Bay Hardware store where Earl Yan worked as a contracted security guard. Earl Yan is presently on unpaid leave from the Virgin Islands Police Department, pending the outcome of a February 19th arrest for grand larceny in connection with an auto theft. His brother, Carl Yan, is on unpaid leave from the Bureau of Corrections, pending the outcome of a March 12th arrest for assault third, domestic violence, and possession of a dangerous weapon during the commission of a domestic violence crime. Police Commissioner James H. McCall said Saturday that while it is unfortunate that the Virgin Islands Police Department and the Bureau of Corrections have been stained by these arrests, McCall reiterated the statement that he made at his Senate confirmation hearing, that it did not matter who you were, where you worked, or who your family is. If you do the crime, you're going to do the time. McCall said this is further evidence that the DeYoung administration and the Virgin Islands Police Department will not tolerate or attempt to cover up any wrongdoing by police officers and other government employees. We understand that the Yan brothers are innocent until proven guilty. However, I am confident that the Criminal Investigation Bureau, working closely with the Attorney General's office, has a solid case against these two, McCall concluded. Both brothers were unable to post bail of $25,000 and were remanded to the Golden Grove Adult Correctional Facility pending advice of rights hearing.
From Ann Schrader Command in Villa Lorraine, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.